Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 30-day growth marketing course. Hey, Swati.
Hi, Rishabh. How are you?
Yes, all good. Ready for the course? Today, there's going to be a lot of execution.
Yeah, ready, excited.
Yeah. So the last two lessons, right? The last two days we discussed about CRO and A/B testing. And both of those concepts are very interrelated. So you do A/B testing as a tool for any of the channels, and conversion rate optimization is the process by which you improve conversion rates. And CRO uses a lot of A/B testing to improve conversion rates. Right?
Right.
And today we're going to discuss landing pages, which are also a very big tool within CRO. And they are also a channel by which you take people, like we discussed in the last days, that you take people from one step to another in the user journey. And landing pages are a great way to take people from awareness to acquisition. Right. So through this lesson, we are also going to discuss a little bit getting into the growth funnel, which is getting into the A3R3 funnel. So if a user is aware about you and then you want to acquire the user, that's a very good place to use a landing page. Right.
Right.
So let me share some examples with you. I'll share my screen, and also we'll try to understand the two key elements of a landing page, which I define as the body and the soul. Right.
Okay.
So every page has a body and a soul. And the body is how it looks, what you see when you go on the page. And the soul is the technology behind it, the tools that they're using, the way
Right.
that they are, building that landing page, and also the essence of the landing page and why it works. So that's like the body and soul concept with landing pages. So sometimes you might have landing pages that look beautiful, but in the back end, they don't work that well. There's no option to split test them and other things. So they miss a soul. Okay. Cool. So to start with examples, why don't you tell me some names of, softwares that you use, maybe for project management, task management, any tools that you use?
So right now, I'm using ClickUp the most.
Perfect. So let's take that first, right? Since it's a tool that you use, we're gonna search for ClickUp. Sorry, search for ClickUp, and now we have this search result. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is sort of a landing page for ClickUp, right? Because if you noticed, I clicked on the sponsored result. So I clicked on the ClickUp ad. And typically for all ads, companies will make a separate landing page for those ads. So the first thing we're going to see is the body of the landing page, and then we'll get into the soul later. So if you look at the body, which is like basically how this looks, what it reads, etc. The first thing that they say is one app to replace them all, which is, of course, a very good copy because people are sick of using a lot of different apps and they want to consolidate it into one. Just like you use it for project management, task management, all of these other things. They've shown that you can do all of this with this app.
Yeah.
Now, within this section, they have a opt-in where you can enter your work email and get started for free. Right. So what's happening here is sort of an exchange, and the exchange is this is also known as an ethical bribe. But essentially, with a lead magnet on a landing page, you are basically giving in your information and getting something in return. Right. So what are you getting in return? In this case, you're getting a free app that you can use. It could be an ebook, it could be anything. But eventually, the goal will be to sell them a paid subscription so that the company can generate revenue and so forth. But
So
right
we're
now,
at the acquisition stage right now. We're converted from awareness to acquisition.
exactly. So I just got aware of this tool. And now if I enter my email ID and get started, then I will be acquired. Right.
Yeah.
So not yet, but I'll have to enter my email ID and then click on get started and then create an account, etc. And then when I start using it, I'll be activated and so forth. But I haven't been acquired yet. I'm just on the landing page. I'm just a visitor. So
Okay.
right now, I'm just like a traffic point on their analytics, right? I'm not a user yet. So now let's say this is not enough for me, right? I have not been convinced by this section. I would scroll down. And then I would say, okay, these are like big companies that use ClickUp, right? Spotify, IBM, Booking, Logitech. I know these companies. So this is called trust building. And it is one of the important aspects of a landing page. So what you see here is called the hero section. This is what encourages people to opt in first. And this first opt in is called the above the fold opt in. And when we say above the fold basically means that you have to scroll down.
Okay.
Right? So when you load a page, everything that you see without having to scroll is above the fold content.
Right.
And typically it's recommended to have an opt-in in the above the fold section, which is basically for people to be able to opt in without having to scroll down. And if you were to open this from your mobile phone, you would see something very similar. You would be able to see that they have above the fold opt-in for like mobile
Yeah.
users, right? And of course, not everything can be shown above the fold when it comes to mobile screens. So you have to be very careful about what you show in the first section when a page opens up on the mobile. So how do you feel so far about this landing page? Are you convinced or you want to see more?
I think this looks good. It's pretty decent. Yeah.
Right. So even if like someone is not convinced, then they have like more features that they are showing. We have dashboards, we have whiteboards, we have docs, etc. Now, the interesting thing is after every showcase, so they showcase some things and then they would have another call to action to get started.
Okay.
Right. So this is important because we don't know what the user will respond best to. Now, for example, you are convinced, but I'm not convinced. Let's say I will get convinced only with whiteboards because I somehow love whiteboards. I've been using whiteboards on my iPad and so forth for a very long time. And suddenly I see this feature. Now they are trying to get me in again because I'm convinced. Then maybe I have been a user of all the other apps. And then it says, okay, these all integrate into ClickUp. And then again, if I'm convinced, I can start.
Interesting. Yeah.
So that's important to have this sort of check-in with users intermittently. And if they are convinced, then showcase. Now, this is an important section as well, which is testimonials. So now we're looking at what other people are saying about ClickUp, and then finally the support. And this is called the final call to action.
Okay.
One app to replace them all free forever. Beyond this, you don't really have another call to action, right? But you have the footer, which is more or less not made to convert people from a landing page. The conversion journey sort of ends here. And this is sort of the last attempt.
Okay.
However, there could be an additional attempt. If I go and try to close this browser, they can add an exit pop-up wherein before I can close, they say, hey, are you sure you want to leave it? We'll give you 3 months free or something like that. But otherwise, this would be their final attempt. If I don't click on this, then I will be lost. I will not be acquired. Right?
Right. Makes sense.
So this is a good landing page. Now to break it down in terms of the structure, the 5 things that are essential on a landing page, which we can learn from here. One is the headline.
Okay.
Right? One is the hero animation / image / video, which you see on the right side. One is the call to action, which is above the fold.
Okay.
Right. Then we have trust building factors like these logos or the testimonials that you saw here. That's the 4th one. And finally, the 5th one is the benefit. So you have to convey the benefit, which they are doing through all these sections. So you look at this, that whiteboards is just a feature, but bring your ideas to life as a benefit. So you'll have to translate your features to benefits. Okay?
Right.
So if I were to make a landing page for this growth marketing course and I say, we have 30 lessons in the course, that's a feature. But 30 lessons will turn you into a growth marketeer as a benefit. So the feature has to be translated to benefit. Right? Dashboards is a feature, but see how you're doing in real time is a benefit. Right? Docs is a feature. The world's most powerful and fun docs is also a feature. So it's just adding adjectives to a feature. So this has not been really translated into a benefit. right? So not every landing page is perfect, but yeah, they've done pretty well. They've done it well with whiteboards and dashboards.
Yeah.
Now, import the future of work with one click is definitely a benefit, while the import feature is just a feature. Download is a feature, but get more work done wherever you are is a benefit. Integrations is a feature, but bring all your tools to one place is a benefit. Click apps is a feature, but customize tasks for any need is a benefit.
Wow.
Automations is a feature, but saving time by automating is a benefit. So very beautifully done. Feature to benefit. Right?
Yeah, and the copies are also good.
Copies are also good. So now what we're going to do is we have some basic understanding. I wouldn't mind showing you good examples, but in the interest of time, you get the idea of what a good landing page looks like. We will also make a landing page for our course that we are running, the 30 days growth marketing course, because as of recording this video, the landing page hasn't been launched yet. So it'll help also the learners to see the process that we follow, right? Now you can use any tool for launching a course, or launching a landing page. In this case, I'm going to use Podia as an example. So what we do is we just go on products, we add a new product, and we're going to call it 30 days. This is more or less a dummy site, but it'll be helpful for people to understand. So we'll do 30 days growth marketing course, online course, create product. Now, this is inside the course, but we're going to click on view sales page. Sales page is essentially the landing page.
Oh.
Now we have the 30 days growth marketing course. We have a blank template here, which we can do anything with. And we're just going to continue using ClickUp as an example, even though that's not a course page, but we now know the elements that we need to have.
Sure.
So we need to have a nice key subject line, key headline. And I'm going to start editing this. Let's go back to the Podia products, growth marketing, 30 days growth marketing course. Edit page. Okay. So ignore the header. We are not going to touch that. We're going to start here. So if you see, the first thing we need is sort of like this nice sounding one app to replace them all. And what I'm going to use here is learn growth marketing in 30 days, or even better, become a growth marketeer in 30 days. Yeah. And on the side, let's open copy.ai just to help us a little bit. There's a shortcut to open this as well, chat.new. And I'm just going to let it know, hi, I will need your help today to create content for a landing page. Let's use the right words to create copy for a landing page. Okay, fine. I'll need some information about the product or service you're offering, target audience, main goal. It's a growth marketing course with 30 lessons. The key value to the learner is to learn growth marketing in 30 days. The audience is startups, entrepreneurs, marketeers, freelancers, right?
Yeah.
And main goal is to have them sign up for the course. So it's good to prep any sort of AI software, whether it's, that was a pretty bad response, growth marketing. Fine. It's just like, okay, I understand. Suggest headlines for the course. Okay, it is working on it. So this one is using ChatGPT 4. So it's a little bit slower, but that's not a bad output at all. Target audience, funnel stages awareness. I did not ask for that. That was good. Funnel stages awareness. target audience, startups, entrepreneurs, blah, blah, blah. Secondary keywords, growth marketing, data analysis, A/B testing, the things we talk about. Teach the target audience how to learn growth marketing in 30 days, increase their understanding. Jobs to be done is a good framework. So in the jobs to be done framework, what we do is we think of a landing page or the product as a person who does a job.
Okay.
And these are the jobs that the person would do. Then the target word count is this, multiple working tables, learn growth marketing in 30 days, master growth marketing in 30 days, become a growth marketer in 30 days is already a good one. And then there is some meta description. So what we'll do is just copy this and paste it here. So now we have sort of a description. Get ready to become an expert in growth. A little bit too much. Get ready to become an expert in marketing. It's hard to promise that. Depends on how much people execute from the course. So get ready to think like a growth marketeer could be slightly better. Once they see what we do, hopefully they'll be able to adopt some of those. Learn the skills, tools, and growth process, and the process for growth. Cool. I'm also going to test what Jasper has to say. Damn, it's very similar. Your course, gain your understanding, blah, blah, blah. Cool. But that should be enough for now. Then we have on the right side, we have some sort of hero image or hero video. And I think we decided that we are both going to take a picture and then make a banner image. So we'll do it later. But essentially, we can also have an intro video about what the course is and what the course is going to cover, and then just drag it to the right side. Right?
Sure.
So we can upload an image, we can upload a video. This is just a random image just to show how it looks. So I'm going to just put a hero image there. Right. So that's basically the image is going to show up there on the right side. Let's keep it there just for now. Now we have this first section taken care of. Honestly, we are taking care of the elements first, not like how beautiful it looks, etc.
Okay.
But right now we are getting the elements in place. So now we have the main copy. What is the main value? Become a growth marketer in 30 days. What is the details and what is the hero image? So that's taken care of, right? And then we have some sort of benefits section, and we will put some sort of proof, right, that this thing works. So trust factors. So let's create a new row, and then let's see what we have in the grid. Image, video, grid, categories, brands. Let's use this grid.
Okay.
And then let's say, let's pick one of the other headlines. Unlock the power of growth marketing sounds pretty good.
That's nice.
And then let's use master growth marketing with 30 lessons. I would still use the word learn. Master is a bit too much because I feel people need to execute to become a master of growth marketing. So there's no fake promises here. You'll have to execute in order to become a master of growth marketing. And making convincing copy on a landing page doesn't mean lying to the audience. It has to be honest, because eventually you want them to complete and be like, okay, this is what they promised, and this is what they sort of delivered, right? With 30 lessons. Now, we haven't really trained the algorithm on what we will be covering in the lessons. So in the course, we will cover the mindset, growth marketing process, skill sets, and tools. We will also deep dive into various specialist skills for growth. Update the content with this. Okay, it's doing it itself. Yeah, so now it'll be slightly more accurate to what we are actually covering in the course, because we are covering some things like A/B testing, acquisition, and all of these other things, but like persuasion, maybe not so much. So I just wanted to know exactly what we are doing.
Mm.
Now it's talking about the benefits itself. I haven't asked, I haven't told them to translate features to benefits, but that's already being done. So this is great, and these will become the sections of these roles.
Sure.
So I can showcase the benefits here. Amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about giving the right prompts, and
Right.
then it does the work for you.
Usually I do this much more on ChatGPT, but
Yeah.
just, sometimes it's good to play around with different tools.
Okay.
So learn the winning mindset. And let's copy this one. So understand the growth.
Mm-hmm.
I think even better, think like a growth marketeer, right?
Yeah.
Think like a growth marketeer. Then we're going to do understand the step-by-step process for scaling your marketing efforts. Now, usually understand this, understand that are not really, very convincing.
Mm-hmm.
So typically there doesn't seem to be a very much better option than understand the step-by-step process. But I would still like to use the word learn, and I would see uncover the process used by experts, right? So that's like slightly more
Convincing.
convincing than what we have from this growth marketing process. Slightly boring headline, right? Now, this develop the key growth marketing skills, I would rather say so let's use our content, which is basically we have split the
Mhm.
growth marketing, or we have categorized growth marketing skills into general skills, let's say core skills, general skills, and specialist skills. Write about each. Let's see if the AI understands. Otherwise, we'll explain it a little bit more. What are core
Okay.
skills? What are specialist skills? And what are general skills? Because this is something that I came up with. So I don't know if they are able to understand what I mean by this.
True.
Nice. Core skills are the fundamental skills every growth marketer must have. Not bad. Strategy, data. Let it continue first. Mindset, for sure. We already discussed this in the lesson about core skills. Then we have general skills. SEO, SEM. For me, these are more specialists, but let's see.
Okay.
Like, I told you, like different channels, email marketing, social media, SEO, SEM are more specialist skills, because you can then develop this if you want to deep dive on the channel. But A/B testing is a general skill. And hence
Because these are applicable to all the different channels.
applicable to all the different channels. So we'll train the algorithm a little bit, but like these things, advertise psychology, user psychology is more generalist. Conversion optimization is more generalist.
Yeah.
Experimentation is more generalist. So pretty good response. But of course, it's AI, not the growth marketing expert. So we're going to train it a little bit. We categorize skills like A/B testing, CRO, experimentation in as generalist skills, because they apply to all channels. And On the other hand, SEO, SEM, SMM are specific channels and are categorized as specialist skills. So while making this landing page, we're also training training AI on growth marketing.
Yeah.
So now this is slightly better, right? So now it has understood what are specialist skills, what are generalist skills, right? Write a description, write a short descriptions about the growth marketing skills. So I often ask questions just to make sure that AI has completely understood, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Perfect. So now it's combining all those skills together and putting it together in a short description. And now it's able to categorize what are specialist skills and what are fundamental skills. Right. So yeah, pretty good. I think we got into a tangent of training the AI, but we have already generated this, and we are gonna put it here. We have classified, explore the growth marketing skills, and then we'll just say core skills, general skills, and specialist skills. This comprehensive approach ensures you develop a well-rounded understanding of growth marketing. That's enough. Growth marketing skills, right? So let's add one more section so it looks good. And then that'll be for the tools, right? Let's do it for the tools. And we are showing tools like, copy AI, this and that. So
yes.
Learn to use growth tools.
Yeah, in under 10 minutes, we've made a decent landing.
We have the, we have the hero copy, and then the contents will be auto-filled when we upload the 30 lessons. So this section will be auto-filled with all the 30 lessons. So we don't need to really spend time on that. And finally, what we'll do is we'll have our final call to action, which is a banner, right? So this will be your banner. Just like ClickUp has this one app to replace them all, etc. So we'll write start learning growth marketing with the first lesson, right? So this is good. This is like a good start because it tells people that you just have to take a small step. You just have to start the first lesson. So, and then they will be start. Now, the reason why it shows like this is because it's disabled because there are 0 lessons. So once we upload the content, it's going to unlock the button as well, right? And then I'm just going to click on done. Meanwhile, we should also, look at testimonials. So right now we are not putting testimonials because we haven't launched the course. But once we do, we can take comments from YouTube or from different places and add that social proof section to make sure that people can see who else has. I think I forgot to save the changes. Let me just save the changes on the page. Publish. It's not going to go live because there are no lessons, but the page will be published for us to see. So this is how the page would look.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah.
And it is already mobile friendly. So it's optimized for mobile devices as well.
So that it did that itself, the mobile version, you didn't have to do anything.
Correct. So Podia will do that. Yeah. So yeah, it's very simple. I would, obviously work further on this. One thing I really like is emojis. I think all growth marketers like emojis. And sometimes what I do is I would just give it to, ChatGPT or some copy.ai, add emojis for these points. And then add the emojis in the landing page. They look pretty good.
Okay.
Just an extra, but think like a growth marketer, uncover the process.
And it's using very relevant emojis now.
Tools. Yeah. So those kinds of things can be further done. Since we're at it, I will just basically go there
Mhm.
and then add it into the content. This could have been done before, could have been easier.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Uncover the process. Things sometimes, we've actually come up with very good headlines for these benefits, but sometimes, some of them can be longer and some of them can be shorter. So what I do is I would just ask the AI tool to make them equal length.
Okay.
So that's also pretty useful because these kinds of things waste a lot of time, right? Like I can save time. Obviously, like you saw, it's not an expert in growth marketing, but we can all save so much time by just giving
Absolutely.
these
Absolutely.
inputs, generate the emojis. It's not the highest leverage task for us to do ourselves.
Mm. It actually looks interesting just by adding these.
Yeah. So publish. So, I mean, such a simple landing page can actually look
Yeah.
pretty. And, then there is some other sections. Once you're done, there can be a footer. There can be some FAQs, right? FAQs are pretty good. And for FAQs, I prefer using ChatGPT, but I can also try here.
Okay.
Write 6 FAQs about this course. I mean, we haven't trained the algorithm yet to understand what this course is about, but let's see what it comes up with, and then we can give inputs. Just gonna see what we can call this section. So I just added the FAQ section, and these are the 6 FAQs that copy.ai wrote. What is the main objective of the 30 days course is to equip participants with the skills, strategies, and tools through hands-on learning expert guidance. I would change this because we
Okay.
don't do hands-on with them, with the audience. Who is the target audience? This is pretty good. Professionals, entrepreneurs, business owners. What can they expect to learn? Scaling marketing efforts, exploring core, general, and specialist skills.
Mm.
Train the algorithm on. Is there any prerequisite knowledge? Basic understanding of marketing concepts will be good. That's nice. Structured into daily lessons with each day focusing on some topic or skill. It's
Wow.
phase, that's true. Um, will receive a digital certificate? Actually, no. So we don't really offer a certificate. So we can change that. We can pick the first 5. And this is also the reason why I always generate extra questions, because then I can pick the ones which are relevant to me.
Yeah.
I could have asked generate 3 questions, and if they were not relevant, then it would have been a problem. So, right. So let's just add the questions. We have the first question. And then we have these things are also very good for SEO. You see that the growth marketing keyword appears in the answers of the questions. FAQs are sometimes also picked up by Google search results. When you ask a question, it can take a result from FAQs,
Yeah.
and it can literally show it as a featured snippet even before the first search result, right?
Right.
If you ask Google what is the meaning of life or what is the answer to the universe, etc., then it shows up in the featured snippet as 42. 42 is the answer of the universe. This is from a book. So some people who have read the book will understand, but I will show you that as well.
Okay.
Then we would add a new question. Just copy this one. Is there any prerequisite? It'll be fun when people are watching this lesson after going through the landing page in the first place. Then they'll know how the landing page was created in 1 week.
Less than that.
Yeah. Have something here. Is there any prerequisite required for the course? Perfect. So also it's so nice that all of these questions are almost equal in length. And that's
Yeah.
something about AI. AI tries to generate Sometimes you can even say rewrite the above FAQs so it does not sound like AI generated content. And then what it'll do is it'll try to make it sound like human content.
Human.
And the lens and all that will change.
The irony. We're telling AI to not sound like AI.
I don't know why I use Jasper. And Jasper, the extension is trying to take it as or Jasper. There's too many extensions on my Chrome.
Mhm.
I don't need you, Jasper. Let me send this. Let's refresh the page once. So yeah, we got the FAQs. I'm just going to change the hands-on learning. Just keep this one in real life scenario, real world scenario. Perfect. So frequently asked questions, common questions. FAQs about the growth marketing course. Right. Perfect. I think we are pretty good for now. We can have colors and all those kinds of things later. But there are options to modify if you go on the design style and other things. But right now the goal was just to show how the whole thing works. You can customize the colors and all sorts of things. But these are like the essential elements of a landing page. This is not the most beautiful landing page, but it has the soul. It has those 5 elements that you need. And people will be able to see the final result once we design it. Rewrite the I think these 2 plugins are not really compatible with each other. I will eventually have to remove Jasper.
Yeah.
So now it's going to rewrite it basically.
Okay.
See, the sentences now will be uneven. So like one will be longer, one will be shorter. It'll be slightly different than the way that it generated content before. Right? What knowledge will I gain instead of, okay, what can I expect to learn? And then do I need ChatGPT? It does a very good job at this as well. If you just ask it to rewrite it, you can also say write it like human content. Sometimes it adds emojis. Just more.
Yeah, and I think you've also trained your chat GPT to a certain way.
Yeah.
So it's much quicker.
This question is longer than this question, right? Some of those things. Cool. So, I mean, of course, we can keep working on this landing page, but this was to give an idea of how things will work. And like I said, this will already be mobile optimized. You'll have the key benefits. You have the hero image. You have the hero title. You have the description. You have question sections if people want to explore that. All of these can have more emojis and more design elements and colors and so forth. But the basic idea is very clear that it does not take that long to make a landing page as people think. And it could be done via any tool. This is just an example because I'm already using Podia, so I just added the landing page of that. And honestly, it's one of the very basic looking tools. So if you have like better design functionality, you can do more. I like to keep it simple. So yeah, that's how you do landing pages.
Yeah, and looks interesting and just very eager to see how this finally turns out while we add more elements to it as we move along the course.
Awesome. Just one more thing I would say before we end the session is there are some elements which are more soul of the page, right? Apart from these 5 things, there is like tech stuff, there is tracking, there is analytics. So there's going to be Google Analytics behind this page so that we can see what people are doing. Then there's going to be heat maps. So we see where people are clicking through, click maps, heat maps, also user recordings. So we can record what users are doing. We can literally make recordings of people using the page. And those are things we'll discuss in analytics. But start here, if you see ClickUp is using UTM source, medium, campaign parameter. Like these are things that it's using to track the clicks, right?
Yeah.
And you can already see it a little bit more on the soul. If you want to analyze, then I recommend, plugins like Built With, which will tell you what kind of technologies they're using. So if you look at this, I just clicked on the extension for Built With, and it tells me it's using the Google Global Site Tag. It's using Google conversion tracking, Google AdWords conversion. This was an ad I clicked on Google, which is via Google AdWords / Google Ads, whatever you want to call it. Google Tag Manager, they're using Next.js, which is a JavaScript framework. Then they're hosting their website on Amazon. There are social media integrations from LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They are using these document standards, blah, 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 right? So there is a lot of information here. They're using a CDN, which is Amazon. And these are all the tech things that they're using. And this is very useful for you to understand, okay, what are my competitors using on their landing page?
This is really interesting. Yeah.
Right. For CRO, they are using Mutiny, which also allows for personalization. So depending on who is visiting the page, it will slightly modify the content to match that particular audience.
Got it.
So all those kinds of things, like they're amazing things that they are obviously doing at this level. So this is more in the soul aspect of things. So things which you cannot see, but that's what's running the show in the background.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So slightly long lesson, but I think it was good to be able to show people how this is done and set the landing page together.
Yeah, it was really interesting, I would say again. And let's see how this finally turns up after we complete the course.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Swati. Thanks everyone who's watching. We'll meet in the next one. Bye.